Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. This is our currently titled pilot of Vlogging Nonsense, which is going to be our sort of weekly little kind of roundup of what's coming out in terms of new music and what's going on. Mainly because we did a lot of stuff with um, like country catch up kind of during the pandemic, and we're doing all the things with like Danny Brown during his country music weeks, and we just sort of really enjoyed sort of chatting shit and letting you all know what's going on. So let's say this is a pilot. We're looking to do it once a week, but who knows? It could be a very kind of, I don't know, magical, mystical, one-off special treat for you. But so I'm Jamie Godham, joined by Ian Varley, the maestro who makes all these wonderful things here at Country in the UK look and sound beautiful. And yeah, so we're just going to give you a little rundown on what's going on in the world of country.
And it took you a total of 40 seconds to swear. Well done. Set the
To
tone
be
straight
fair,
away.
to be fair, like I think that is quite good. I'm normally I'm a lot worse than that, but I don't know. It's fine. People, it happens. You accidentally get things out. We can have a swear box and see how it works. But yeah, so let's say we're just going to kind of give you kind of a very quick sort of rundown about like hopefully just some new music and things that you can kind of check out of what's come out this week. And it's actually been quite a quiet week really this week, hasn't it?
Well, if you don't include roofs falling into the Thames, yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's obviously if anyone has not noticed, we had a little bit of a storm that kind of hit London and the southeast in particular last week, or last week yesterday. Um, and like I'm 8 miles away from Greenwich, and I came out quite lightly. My fence has survived, unlike half of the roof of the O2 Arena, which has resulted in it kind of going into the Thames. So hopefully they can either get a roofer or arrange for Decathlon to provide a nice tent replacement for 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks' time.
3 weeks' time, and we can be dodging buckets that are collecting water as you move around the O2.
So yeah, but it's been quite cool. So obviously this week we've had like the full C2C announcement of the lineup that's kind of been made. So the people that are going to be playing in the town square and Indigo, a lot of really cool names on there. I think for both of us, when we were sort of chatting before, Willie Jones is the big one really that stands out. If you're not familiar with him, he's a very unique character. Is one way to put it. He's an incredibly cool guy, does a lot of really exciting things with his sound, but has, a proper, like, country sounding vocal, what he puts on there. And he's going to be doing the after party on Saturday night. So we're really looking forward to that. But any other names for you?
Well, Willie Jones
Ian?
obviously also got his own gig on the Tuesday. So just 2 days after C2C, he will have his own gig at Camden Assembly, which would be quite a good one to go to as well. I think for me, obviously against say Tebe again, having seen him at not Black Deer, at Buckle and Boots. That was a brilliant set he did there. So let's see what he can do. Obviously, I saw quite a few of them in Berlin 2 years ago. So Tim Hicks, he played out there before obviously London got cancelled. He was brilliant out there. So again, looking forward to seeing him again, definitely.
Yeah. So that's in kind of like digging up part of this wonderful Canadian contingent that's going to be part of it. Obviously headed up by Tennille Towns, who's playing the main stage on a Saturday. You mentioned Tim and Tebe. Also, we've got Robin Ottolini, we've got Jess Moskaluke, and we've got Tennille number 2, so Tennille Art, she's part of that as well. And so it's really great to kind of see people from all over the world, because as well we've got Seaforth, who are going to be appearing too, who are representing for Australia, as well as a nice little UK contingent with Kezia Gill. We've got Twinny, we've got Morgan Way, and a couple of other, Laura Oakes, and a couple of the other UK guys that are going to be doing great things there too. So we're really excited about C2C. there's some great new names and stuff. Like for me personally, Callista Clark, she's absolutely fantastic. You're all gonna just hugely love what she does, as well as her Big Machine label mate Lacey K Booth. She's going to be great fun. She was on American Idol a couple of years back, and people are going to be a big fan of her and what she does with her sound. And the other big one for me as well, a duo from Indiana called Walker County, who are two sisters, Ivy and Sophie, who are a guitar drum based harmony duo, and they're a lot of fun. I think people are going to really love what they do. So yeah, so that's C2C, which is, let's say, 20 days away. And that's not the only UK festival we've got to look forward to this year. So we've seen Tennessee Fields have put their lineup out. We've seen that obviously Black Deer's kind of grown in terms of what they've got their lineup. Buckle and Boots have recently put their lineup out too, which is really, really cool to see that obviously American Young had already been announced as part of that, but also Julia Cole, Matt Lang, Dan Davidson, so many great names and stuff on there. So really looking forward to getting up to Carl's farm and see has he finally fitted a mirror in the bathroom so I can do my hair.
I might not get lost on my run this year after accidentally running like a half marathon.
That was actually quite impressive how you managed to get lost on your run and ended up joining a park run like mid-session.
While hungover, I think that's quite impressive. So yeah, I'll make sure I've actually got a map next year for when I do my Sunday morning run.
And then the other big one as well is Millport, which takes place the weekend before Long Road, kind of up on Isle of Cambrai, up in Scotland. They've got some killer names. What Gavin and Christine have put together with that lineup, that looks really, really exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think Drake White, obviously to see him back over here is going to be brilliant because it's been, must be 3-4 years now since he was last over, I think.
Yeah. And so, there's plenty else on there as well. You've got Sunny Sweeney, Ruthie Collins, who's a good friend of ours, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of kind of just after C2C because she's going to be on the road with Sam Outlaw through March. And then Arbor North as well, so AC Jones and Michael Boris, who some people may remember as part of Lochland when they played at the Long Road. And we're actually going to be talking to AC and Michael over the weekend to kind of hear all about their new project and kind of get people sort of set what they can expect up there at Millport. But that's all that's kind of going on in the future. But as for right now, I say Saturday, stopped raining. I'm kind of leaning towards getting ready to head out to see Jade Halliwell tonight at Nash Night. Ian's just trying to get over the fact that Fulham have managed to disappoint him on a Saturday afternoon, dropping points for Huddersfield. But
it's okay because Salah's just scored and I've got him as triple captain.
That is the important thing, that after we've both put Mohamed Salah back into our fantasy team after his return from the African Cup of Nations, I think I captained him. I'm pretty sure, I think anyone that hasn't, I don't think there's anybody that won't have, to be honest, that has him in that team. But we've had some new music come out this week. So obviously we had our single of the week this week, which is Beautifully Broken from Onally, which we've kind of got as like the homepage landing song. And also you can check out my interview I did with her earlier in the week as well. But apart from that, Ian, what else have we had that's come out this week?
Yeah, so obviously we've had Whiskey Myers. They released the first track from their album, John Wayne. And the album, I haven't got what the album's called. The album is coming out in July. So we've got quite a while to wait for the album. But yeah, the first track's out. So hopefully that does mean between now and July, we could see a few more tracks coming, hopefully. We've had Peyton Howie, who is a Nashville-based singer. She's released her debut EP, and we're hoping we'll catch up with her this week as well, because we're currently in the midst of about 8 days in a row of putting up interviews, I think. So we've got more to come. Who else we got? So Sean Stemmerly, he's done his debut album as well, which is Product of a Small Town, which is the name of the opening track as well. And it features, obviously, he's had quite a lot of success with some of the singles off this one. So it's got Come Back to Bed on it, the ultimate country track name, WD-44WD, which is the song.
That is impressive.
Have you not heard it?
No, I've not. I definitely haven't, but I'm massively interested, as I'm sure everybody else is, with a title that's reflecting country music as much as that is.
If ever there can be a country song, that is it. Yeah, it's one of it's from one of Hardy's mixtape tracks. So it's Hardy,
Okay, cool.
Justin Moore, Jimmy Allen, and Sean Stammerly. And then that's also got 5 new tracks, that album. So yeah, there's plenty of new tracks to listen to. But I brought up his numbers earlier, and so we've got Come Back to Bed's had 40 million plays. Back on a Back Road's got 7 million. So yeah, he's got so many hits already on that album. Z71's got 8.5 million. Last Night All Day's nearly up to 5 million, and he's only just now bringing out the album. So I think there's lots to look forward to from those 5 tracks, and I think they'll keep people quite happy. So hopefully we can have him here soon as well.
Yeah. If there ever wasn't any kind of need to kind of emphasize more that teachers love stats and numbers, that kind of really did do its best to sort of show that about how much time that you're spending looking at those sort of things.
It's quite impressive. Before a debut album, that's pretty good going.
That's more than pretty impressive. You know, that's some kind of really big hits and stuff there. And then, you know, the other thing as well, we had Hayley Whitters, who's going to be playing at C2C on Sunday. She shared another track from her new album, Raised, which is due just after C2C. You know, been really lucky to listen to this record. I think it's incredible. For anyone that was a fan of, you know, the early stuff from Natalie Maines and the Sisters, of, you know, the Chicks, Dixie Chicks, through their releases, you're really going to connect with what that's coming. We got to talk to Hayley, an interview that came out a couple of days ago, actually, was a really fun chat. She's really pumped about coming to play for C2C, and also, you know, she's really excited to bring that record out, which I think a lot of people will really dig, and, you know, Neon's a great inclination to what people are going to hear from that.
And then the other album, obviously Rod and Rose have got their debut EP out now. I know you spoke to them recently. And then Jimmy Allen has another number 1. That was probably the big bit of country music news from the week. I think one of my favourite songs of his, that one he's done with Brad Paisley. It's gone to number 1. So that's his 5th number 1, I think it is. For Brad Paisley, we're up to 25 or something now.
It's just like it is crazy numbers and stuff, but it's so great to kind of see, you know, that, you know, for Jimmy Allen, who, you know, such a cool guy, you know, such a talented artist, you know, great vocalist, you know, amazing songwriter, all these sort of things, and, you know, that it's wonderful to see how, you know, Nashville and country radio and everything sort of really getting behind him and recognizing what he's doing. So, you know, that is kind of big news there.
So yeah, I think that is our news for the week and our music rundown for the week. We've still got obviously a few interviews we'll be posting this week. Today we've just put up one with who have we put one up with today? I put too many up.
It's so busy. It's all.
That's who today's was. I've been to. This is what happens on half term week, and I just put up an interview every single day.
Obviously, if you're not already kind of following us through the socials on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, you know, we're kind of doing our best to put loads and loads up. Like I said, I'm speaking to Auburn North tomorrow. We've got a really, really fun interview from when I spoke to Shannon and Ryan from Haley and Michaels. So if you're kind of big on your San Francisco 49ers or NFL football, you're going to really enjoy kind of reading a little bit about that. We're going to be speaking to Neil Towns in the next week. and we're working really, really hard to kind of get a lot of things lined up in and around C2C Festival. Again, assuming that they can magically fix that tent in time. Luckily, kind of the pictures look really bad of how it looks at the O2, but from living down here, we were quite fortunate. There wasn't a huge amount of rain yesterday, so fingers crossed they can get all that sort of done. And the worst case scenario, we're just going to be sort of dodging a couple of buckets in a couple of weeks' time.
But yes, I know countdown to C2C is definitely on, and yeah, we've got loads coming up now before it, so can't wait now. That's for our next big night out, isn't it?
I think so. Well, yeah, hopefully, that I don't get rained on too much later today. But yeah, it's been fun. And like we said at the start, hopefully, and only one swear. Just want to point that out. One swear in
that's not bad.
16 minutes. I think that's probably better than what we expected. It only took 40 seconds for it to kick in. But, 15 and a half minutes without any more. That's great stuff. So hopefully we'll be back kind of some point next week and let you know what's going to be kind of coming your way on Friday. And yeah, make sure you follow, subscribe, all that jazz. And we can't wait to keep bringing you content in the run up to Europe's biggest country music festival in 20 days' time.
Thank you all very much.
For now.